It is loud and it is wet here, Coach, as we welcome you inside CenturyLink Field on a patented rainy afternoon in Seattle, Washington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Seattle Seahawks. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
What? 190. 53. Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Shoot.
First carry for Darius Geis. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
I got you.
Now Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and get it with Geis, and he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun they give to Tomlinson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll hand this to Tomlinson, running right. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Grayson. He is going to find Hill here. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Let's go now. Come in. Let's go.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Grayson. This is caught by Antonio Brown. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Hey, hold on. Check. Watch 54. Go. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Now Grayson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Ready, 54. Mike 54. Hey, watch the slant.
On first down, Tomlinson. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Watch the twist.
On 2nd down, it's Tomlinson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Mike 54. It's out of time.
Operating from the gun, Grayson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's Tomlinson, and he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Second and goal from the 1.
Watch 54. Watch the run.
Tomlinson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Get that ball. Get that ball. Zebra. 53 to Mike. 53.
Wilson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's now 3rd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Chargers 7, Seahawks nothing.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Watch us run.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
A big pickup of 38.
And the Chargers 1st down.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Tomlinson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the pass. Check 26. Check 26.
From the gun, Grayson. He's going to let this one go deep. And, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
What? 55. Hey, eat. Here we go, D. Get off the field. No. Off.
On first down, this is Geis. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping.
Now Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ramsey. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Geis. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I'm here all day.
Now it's Wilson being chased out left. He'll run it, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Pick me up. Here we go. Check.
Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
12.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 20-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. So, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Hey, come on now, come on now. 25, check 25. Hey, alert.
This time, Wilson will throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He sets to fire deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
The Charger drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Grayson now. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. Off the play fake. Grayson. Flush to his right. He's got a man. Complete. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down. Grayson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. The intended receiver there, Allen.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go four verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Out of the gun, it's Tomlinson. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Throwing is Wilson. Dancing to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Bandit. Go. Mike, 53.
Wilson now operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Charger drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Check.
They stay on the ground. Tomlinson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
On the set. 27. Hey, D, that touchdown. Pick it up, D.
Operating from the gun, Grayson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Stay with your man. Well.
Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Play action. Now Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
I got it. Pull up for signal. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey, we're pretty quiet.
Third and long. It's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
That is right. Watch that in. We got 4. We got 4.
Back to throw. Grayson. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. That one goes for 8 yards.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
They'll run on 1st down. Tomlinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Check.
They go again to Tomlinson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. From the gun, Grayson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Grayson. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember, we'll go for it there. I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
53, check 53.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Geis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him. On 2nd and 9, Wilson buying time to his left.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him. So I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Check. 190. Check. 53 is mine. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, 0-0-0. Echo.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
What? 280. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Now Wilson on second down. Forced out to his left. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The Seahawks on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
14. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Big stop, G. Big stop.
Wilson operating from the gun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Good job right there.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now, listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They've bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Grayson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
I'm going back to you. Check 31, check 31.
Running right, this is Tomlinson. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Again, it's Tomlinson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for L.A. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a one-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. One-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Don't get nervous. Alert, alert, alert.
Here's Wilson. He's going to throw again. Being chased out left. It's complete to Lockett. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down, Seahawks.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Check 53. Watch the slack.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there. And that'll make it 3rd down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Alert. 53
Throwing now is Wilson. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Silver. Good job right there. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing on 4th down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Tomlinson. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check tight. He's checking crack.
They'll keep it on the ground. Tomlinson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. We got to get the ball.
They'll keep it on the ground. Tomlinson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh?
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game, as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. I got you. I got you. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they work this out past the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. Here's Wilson. Out to his left. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Come on. 31's the mic. I'm not ready.
Wilson to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Don't this way. Incomplete. A gain on the play. 1st down, Chargers.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Me and you all day.
On first down, Tomlinson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. For the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
Well, you know what they say. It's always fun to work on things. If it didn't go well in your game, with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So for our visitors, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for